everybody. Hello. Hi. Oh. Thanks very much. Love you too.
So welcome, Jim.
Thank you.
How's VidCon going so far?
Really good. I've had an hour and a half sleep so
Hour and a half sleep. That
So,
sounds
yeah, it's been good.
like a typical VidCon.
Yeah, well, I arrived kind of late last night, and then to fight the jet lag, decided to stay up as late as I could. And then my body clock went 3 a.m., wake up. So I've just been awake since 3.
So we're hoping you don't fall asleep during the interview. But
Fingers crossed.
So, few housekeeping things. We are on the instant interview stage, and if you want to tweet your questions to Jim, please tweet us at, not this, sorry, at this one, instant.me. Tweet us right now, and I will be answering your questions with Jim very shortly. Cool. And before we get started, we actually have something called the Instant Challenge. For those of you guys that don't know, Instant is a brand new media outlet powered by Entertainment Weekly and People. It's an all-video, mobile-first experience, and it's featuring the digital artists, the digital creators like Jim. And so we're doing the Instant Challenge first. Pick a box. So we have box 1 and box 2, and Jim will be doing the Instant Challenge at the end of the interview.
Okay, do I pick a box now?
You can pick a box now, but you won't open it until the end.
Box 1, please.
Box 1, okay.
Thank you.
Cool, we'll save this for you later.
Okay.
Got it. Great, cool. So, time for the interview. First of all, just want to ask, what's new for you? What's coming up?
Ooh, there's lots happening at the moment. I have one of those jobs people always like, what are you working on at the moment? And so much, always.
Always.
But it's always really hard to think of it when people ask me. You put me on the spot. It's really difficult. I'm really busy doing, basically YouTube was my entire job until quite recently. Now suddenly I'm doing lots of stuff outside of it as well. So yeah, I'm very, very busy. I'm working on a few things that I can't actually tell you about yet. So sorry to be that guy, but just watch this space. It's coming soon.
Well, on the fashion front, obviously, that's one of your huge passion points. You started working with John Lewis in the UK. Tell us about, being able to curate your own line and sort of work with a massive brand to kind of get your product out there.
Yeah, it's been really, really cool. So for people here who maybe don't know what John Lewis is, back home it's a department store, sort of similar to Bloomingdale's or something. And it's got a great name for itself for being, great quality, great customer service. And they basically went, right, here's all of our menswear, just go bananas and pick things that you like and pick things that you think other men will like. And it was a really cool experience. I'm very excited. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. This time around I have 3 edits. So I've done the first one. I've got 2 more coming next season. And it's just a really fun thing to get my teeth stuck into.
Cool. And to just segue a little bit into your personal life, congratulations. I know you've experienced a blissful almost year of marriage.
Yeah, it's coming up to a year.
Woo!
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's flown by.
Where is the missus, by the way?
She's currently on a beach in Marbella.
Okay.
So she couldn't be here because she had something else that was happening. But that thing ended up not happening, but then it was too late to come here.
Right.
So she was like, well, if you're going to be in LA, I may as well go elsewhere. So she's gone to Marbella with her sister, just chilling on a beach.
So I know this is the question you probably get so much, but the vlogging experience, kind of having her by your side and sort of allowing you to co-create a lot. How can you just explain that process and how that's kind of come into fruition?
Tanya is simultaneously the most patient person I know and also the most brutally honest person as well. So if I do something wrong or I ask for an opinion, she will tell me straight. We don't actually work together that often, I think our jobs are kind of increasingly separate. But it's really nice to have a wife who does the same thing as me because we both work ridiculous hours and go to bed at weird times and wake up silly o'clock in the morning. So it's really nice to have someone who understands that, So yeah, she's brilliant. But I think, if you watch my daily vlog, she's barely in them. And I get it because for me, I look the same most of the time. Even if I've just been into the gym, I'm a bit sweaty, but I look the same. But if she's having a day where she wants to chill and not have makeup on or not do her hair, she doesn't feel very confident. And the last thing she wants to be going, hi, here's a camera. So actually, she's not really in my videos a great deal, but she's often present. I just kind of will have a conversation, but the camera will be on me.
Right.
Because she looks awful.
And then I know at the end of the year, you guys kind of got your new house, and I'm sure that's been a project in itself. Like, tell us about the transition of
Yeah, it's been really, really great. The house is lovely. Although we are now having work done to it. So we moved in about a year ago, actually, and we decided that the kitchen needed like some work done, and we had a bit of extra space in the garden that we decided to use to make it bigger. So for the last 2 months, my house has been a building site, and really we shouldn't be living there, but we've got the dog, and we didn't know where else to go, and my family live like 3 hours away, and we work in London, so we were like, oh, it'll be fine, we'll just live there. Biggest mistake of my life. Like, it's just been like a building site, but it's really nice to have a base in London for sure.
Nice. So yeah, we've been loving your videos. We've seen a lot of collaborations that you've been doing with, other YouTubers. What's that experience like? How do you approach new YouTubers with offers to kind of work together, or to be featured, or what? Or is it just kind of like a friend community?
It
thing?
is like it's actually really. I was thinking about this the other day because I work with the same people all the time who are genuinely my best friends.
Right.
So Joe, Marcus, Alfie, Casper, all those boys. I love them to pieces, but we have the temptation of just working with each other all the time, and it's quite nice to branch out. So actually, the other day I actively sought out a few people. So I've tweeted a few people, and I've got some collaborations coming up with people that I've never worked with before. So I think it'll be quite nice, nice to branch out a little bit. And also, the community's grown so much, and there's lots of people who started maybe a little bit after me and don't have quite the same size channel, but actually make really good content and are really funny. So it'd be nice, I think, to start working with those people as well.
Nice. So it's kind of stepping away from, the vlogging. Congratulations on your London Marathon finish.
Thanks.
In LA and in Anaheim and SoCal, marathons are huge out here.
Yeah.
I don't know how some people do it.
I don't know how I did it. I limped most of it.
Tell us about the training, and are you planning to do any more races in the future?
Never. No, the thing is, I started training in January, and fairly quickly, sort of February time, I realized I had a bad knee. But because I was raising money, I didn't want to pull out. I was like, no, I've got this. I'll carry on. I was told that I wasn't allowed to run anymore because my knee was bad, so I had to be on the cross trainer, so there's no impact.
Yeah.
And that was fine. I would try doing 3 hours on the cross trainer, though. It's so boring. But it was fine. I could do it. But the minute I started running, my knee would be really bad. And it got to the marathon day, and I was like, well, got to do it. So I started running. Usually I'd get about 20 minutes out of my knee before it really hurt. But because of the atmosphere and because it's such a long distance, I was like, no, I'm going to run. So I ran 10 miles, and I definitely shouldn't have, because then I had to limp the rest rather than walk it. So the last 16 miles, I was just dragging my leg along. So I think it got to like mile 15, and I was like, oh my God, there's 11 more to go. And it was, at that point, just mind over matter. I decided to run the last mile as well, because I wanted to finish strong. Right. But it was the ugliest run. I looked like you ever get a spider that's stuck in the bath and can't get out? That's what I looked like when I was running. It was awful. And now my knee, I think I need like a surgery or something. It's
just tapped out. Who was waiting at the finish line for you?
Tom was there, which is lovely. I didn't know, because basically my dog was really poorly that day as well. So Tom had to take the dog to the vet. And she said, I want to be there, but the dog might die, so you have to look after her. So I wasn't sure. And then my phone ran out of battery halfway through, so I didn't know I was going to see her. And then at the end, because it took me so long, because I had to walk it, everyone else had left. And I just saw Tom go, come on, Jim, you got this. And I was like kind of just limping towards the end. So yeah, it's really nice. Thing with the marathon though, like it finishes on a road called the Mall, which is a really long stretch of road that runs from Buckingham Palace to Trafalgar Square. It's quite long, but it finishes one end of it, and then you have to walk the rest of it to go home. So I'm like, I've now got another mile to walk until I can find a taxi to take me home. It's ridiculous.
So it was like an added extension
another mini marathon.
You're like, can someone bring a helicopter?
Yeah,
and
I needed to be wheeled out.
Me up. So we love that your channel has kind of taken new lifestyle streams through it. Baking with Jim, who's fans of those videos. So what are some of your go-to things to bake? What have you become the blank expert of, like, as a baker? So
the reason I started baking with Jim is because I thought I was awful at baking, but actually I'm accidentally incredible. Everything I've made has been really, really good. And my idea behind baking with Jim is that I go and get the ingredients, but I don't look at the method until I start filming, and it's just me going, right, I'm in the kitchen, let's see how this goes. Everything, apart from cake pops, which I did Easter last year, were awful. Everything else has been really good. I think my go-to, though, I don't know. I made a really good cheesecake.
Cheesecake,
which
nice.
There's a lot of cheese in the cheesecake. I didn't know. But I made a really good cheesecake. But I haven't made it since, but it was really, really brilliant.
If you want to treat Tanya to something special, what's her go-to or what's her favorite?
Tanya's much better at baking than me.
Oh,
in
so
fact, she has a book coming out. You should all buy it. At the end of this month, and it is brilliant. And I was like her chief taste tester, and it's amazing. So it's really hard to bake for her because she is quite brutal. Like she'll tell me if anything's wrong.
She'll be like, it needs a little bit of it.
Yeah, I made her a birthday cake. Not this year, I bought her, but her birthday last year. I made her a birthday cake, and it was actually just really simple and really easy. She loved it, which is nice. I made her a birthday cake years ago, which didn't go so well, and I had chocolate on the outside, then cream and jam in the middle, and apparently you don't do those three things together. So yeah, I got told off. She won't let me live it down. Even now, brings it up.
So I don't know if you know this or will want to admit it, but we do in the YouTube landscape see your marriage as relationship goals. And so what is your best relationship advice, you know?
My best relationship advice would be to marry Tanya Burr because she's really good. I think she keeps me, I don't know. It's quite hard because I have a tendency to sort of slip away, you know, and hide myself and just work and forget the outside world. So she always organizes date night. She always organizes holidays. You know, she's in charge of actually keeping us together. And I feel like if I were with somebody else, I probably would just drift off. So actually having her just say, no, Jim, put your laptop away is really nice to have. So yeah, I don't think many people. You watch my videos, and you think, I'm a nice guy, but I'm not easy to live with. So I think that she's got the patience of a saint. Actually, she's a nice lady. I like her.
Cool. Now we're gonna switch gears to Twitter. So tweet me your questions. This one has been a very popular one from Delilah. Where are you, Delilah?
Hi, Delilah.
Cool. So when is the YouTube boy band gonna drop the mixtape? I've got like 5 questions on the YouTube boy band.
I get asked this every single day, and do you know what? The boys are all really up for it. We all talk about it. We all want to do it, but we're just never together anymore. So yeah, I actually talked about it with Marcus quite recently. I get tweeted so often of people, the link to the video, which has done so well. It's on so many views. We raise a lot of money, and I would love to do it. And so would the other guys too. Alfie and Casper have the worst voice. I mean, I've got a bad voice, but Alfie and Casper, the worst voices known to man. But it was really good fun. So one day, when we're all back together again, it'd be really nice just to kind of bust some moves and, belt some songs out.
Nice. Emmy, P. Swizzle. Emmy, where are you? Anyone?
Shy. Cool.
Well, we're going to answer your question. Jim, what's your favorite city in America?
My favorite city?
In America, yeah.
Do you know what? I really like LA this time around. I came here a few months ago, and before I'd never really connected to the city. I mean, I've liked it and I've got friends here, but I'd never really fallen in love with it. But last time I came, I really enjoyed it. But I think still New York is my favorite city. I proposed there, and it's really special. That's where me and Tan often go when we're away together, because it's really, so much to see and do, and you can just walk the streets for hours, and it's in quite a condensed space. There is something on every corner to go and see or do or eat. So yeah, I love New York.
This one is probably on everyone's minds. Sabrina wants to know, obviously hi Sabrina.
Hi.
Obviously you made a rule to not video blog at your wedding. Mm-hmm. Is there a chance that you will ever release any video from their special day? The
only video we have is our actual wedding video. I don't know. I doubt it. Just because it's like a really, it's quite intense. There's lots of crying and stuff. So I feel like I don't know. I don't think we would. The reason we had the no vlogging rule is because whenever I see my friends, we're always working, we're always filming stuff. It was really lovely. We only had 50 people at the wedding, so it's quite small and quite intimate. And I wanted everyone there just to be really present, And it was so nice that everyone there I saw was just happy and smiling. And also, it's one of the most special days of your life, and we wanted to make sure that it was fairly private because when we were getting married, it's quite easy to find, and people would just turn up. We had a few people turn up because they just heard through word of mouth. And it's quite, we wanted it to be a day where me and Tan didn't have to think about any work stuff. We just wanted just to get married. And it was genuinely, it's going to sound really cliched, best day of my life. It was amazing.
Nice. I'm getting a lot of questions about what your sort of meal regimen looks like. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, what are you eating for every meal?
Currently, because I've got no kitchen, I'm doing this awful food delivery thing where basically I work out quite a lot, and my personal trainer has given me my macros, which is basically how many carbs, how much protein, and how much fat I should be eating. And I've got this awful food delivery thing where they just Tupperware arrives every morning and goes, here's your food for the day,
Tupperware
enjoy.
on your doorstep like at 6. And
it's like just kind of like grey paste. It's pretty grim. So it's all like rice and chicken that's been in a box all day. But when I eat a lot of food, because for some reason I'm quite a big guy and my body just burns through food really quickly, so I can graze all day long. But one of my go-to and easiest meals in the world is just chicken and sweet potato. I just really like chicken and sweet potato. It's really boring, I know, but it's just so easy and actually really delicious.
Nice.
Sorry, I wish I had something better.
No, a lot of people want to know. What about your favorite ice cream flavor? Because that was a big one.
I love ice cream. I love chocolate fudge brownie by Ben & Jerry's. But I also love, is it called Chunky Monkey, the banana one?
Chunky Monkey,
yeah. I love that one. So, do you know what I like? And the peanut butter one.
Okay.
Yeah, when I go to the cinema, there's a little Ben & Jerry's.
Anything at Ben & Jerry's, you'll have like a hard time kind of deciding.
Yeah, it's so good.
Cool, so a couple fashion questions. This is actually a question that I have. So as far as men's style, what is your sort of cardinal rule? Because I feel like that's such a hard kind of balance to strike.
It's tough. I think my rule is don't overthink it. For any guy, regardless of your style, whether you're quite classic or you're kind of really street, just don't think too hard about it. Make sure you know the rules, for your body. So I know I'm quite tall and slim, so I have to have things that show off my best bits. But once you know those rules, then you can start playing a bit and experimenting. But I think, just don't think about it too hard. It's really, I think if you do, it comes across and you can you feel uncomfortable because you're like, oh, is this looking right? Is that looking right? So just relax and go with it.
Cool. And Alyssa, fan, she wants to know who inspires your fashion.
I'm really fickle. I think rather than individuals, I get really inspired by just things like imagery in magazines or on TV or something. 2 people I really like, actually 3 people I really like. Ryan Gosling always looks great in like kind of casual wear. He wears pajamas to things and just looks really cool. Tom Hiddleston looks great in a suit and also looks like the nicest guy in the world, right? And Eddie Redmayne, who also looks really cool.
Very polished.
Very
kind of
polished.
Dapper guys.
Yeah.
What city, you mentioned cities. What city do you think is the most fashionable?
London.
London?
For sure. London, New York too, but London for sure. I feel like London's always been a hub. People come from everywhere to be there. So it's really eclectic. There's influences from every corner of the world. And I think people can then play with it and have fun. If you go to different areas of London, or even within the same areas, you'll see so many different looks. It's kind of a really inspiring place to live.
Cool. One more from the fans. Kylie, she wants to know, have you guys had the conversation about future children? We have.
I'm really broody. Like I would have kids 2 years ago. That's why we got the dog, because I'm very paternal. I need something to love. But at the moment we're doing really well with our careers. Tan isn't ready yet, and I completely get it, and I don't want to rush her into it. And there's so much she wants to achieve, and it's also so much harder for a girl, particularly in the public eye. I'll just sleep a little bit less, but essentially I do the same stuff. Whereas Tan has to be pregnant, give birth, and she loses the weight too quickly, not quickly enough, and it's really hard for her. And then life changes completely. And at the moment, we're really happy with the way we live and the things we do. We're traveling constantly, and if you have a baby, that has to stop. So we're not ready yet. What's weird is that I'm from quite a small city, and lots of my friends from that city who are my age have already done the house, the marriage, the kids, everything. But when you move to a bigger city and you're busy and life changes, your priorities change. And I'm gonna live for a while. I'm not in a rush. I'm planning to live to at least 80. So I've got time.
Nice. So we have a jar here called the TMI jar. So we're gonna have Jim pick out one of
Okay.
these cool questions. Don't worry, they're not
This
too
one here?
TMI.
Oh no! What is your go-to road trip anthem? Taylor Swift, I think.
Taylor Swift,
Yeah,
woo!
I think I don't know which song. Maybe Shake It Off, because it just does things to my hips. That song. I think there's.
Can you sing a little bit of Shake It Off?
I definitely cannot. I've got the worst voice in the world. I know there's. Tan doesn't like music in the car, which really bothers me because I drive and she sleeps, but I can't have music on because she goes, no, it's too loud. But with Taylor Swift, we can really blare it out. So I quite like, and it's also a really good album. I really like it.
Please, let's do the camera on the dashboard, lip sync to
Yes,
Taylor Swift
totally,
video.
totally
We
up
hope
for
to
that.
see that one
Yeah,
come out soon.
for sure.
We can premiere that on Instant. Cool, let's do one more.
Okay. This one here. Oh, most embarrassing story. Do you know what? If you watch my videos, that is my most embarrassing story. Like my early videos in particular, you kind of see me grow. I think because I've been doing this for quite a while now. If you watch my early videos, they are horrendous. So there's like a whole backlog, a history of how much of a useless human being I am. A fairly recent one was with Joe, which was maybe a year or two ago, where basically I had my armpits waxed. I was covered in butter. It was awful. It was truly, truly awful. That's a very embarrassing video. But I've done things like I remember doing a Halloween video where I made Halloween costumes out of things you find in the house, and legit, I was just wearing tights at one point. Just hi. So yeah, I think my embarrassing stories are actually all documented for everyone to see. So hooray!
Well, we're happy that you started those because now they got you.
Yeah, thanks.
hear
Thanks
it.
for watching.
So as you recall, we had you choose a box at the beginning,
Yes.
and it's our instant challenge.
Okay.
So go ahead and
Okay.
open the box.
Oh, okay. I was expecting someone to be in there. It's just empty with a with a big letter. Tweet at Tan a pic/video of you from stage with instant challenge on with a hashtag. Okay. Should I Snapchat it or should I tweet it? What do you want? Tweet? Okay.
Tweet it. Okay, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna need the crowd to kind of look alive in the picture. Stay where you are, but look alive.
Wait, where's Twitter? There's Twitter. Okay, should I do, let's do a video. In fact, let me go to my thing here. Okay, right, I'm gonna turn this around.
Come on, guys, it's for Tanya, so make some noise.
Hi, Tan, how you doing? I'm your husband, Jim. I'm just standing here on stage at VidCon, and there's some people who want to say hi to you. Oh, there they are, say hi. Yeah, they like me more than you, sorry. Okay.
Great.
Right,
cool.
so I'm going to Twitter. I'm going to
Thank
tweet
you.
it.
Well, that's it for our VidCon interview with Jim Chapman.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
everyone.
guys so much.
Thanks for coming.
Have a great VidCon, and we'll see more of Jim soon.
See
Thanks,
ya.
everybody.
There you go. So exciting, right?
That was sort of beautiful.
The power of YouTube.